Hello everybody out there in the music community. This is Mike, your Soldier 777, and I figured to show you a wet spinning video. And over the past month or so, I've been listening to these CDs, and these are pretty much recent or not so recent purchases. And what I've done, I went through the album and reading lyrics, went through the whole album. And they range from light rock or easy listening to hard rock and metal. So let's get right to it. So what we have here is Halo, and it's called Life Goes On. This is a demo. I believe it's an early 80s demo that they put out. They got a music release. And this album is okay. I bought this as a set of the other Halo or Halo related albums, and it's an okay album. There's one of the songs reminds me of Van Halen, Dance with the Devil, which I think is called From the Beginning. I think it is. No, that's a write-up. 1 second now. The Welder. I think this song's called The Welder, and that one sort of has that Van Halen Dance with the Devil, or Run Up with the Devil, sorry, vibe to it, if not mistaken. The next one is Halo, their self-titled album, came out in 1990. This was their first professional album. Here's a back of it there. This was also put by Garden Music. And here's the inside. And what I've noticed with Halo is that if you're counting the demo I just showed, and their albums, I've noticed they get like a little bit more mellower on the next release. So here's the next one called Heaven Calling, which came out in 1991. And this also has some great tracks on it, such as Saved by Grace, Heaven Calling, and Climb Mountain, and Secrets of Love. There are a couple of cool tracks or good tracks in this one. There you have it. Now, when Halo, this album is a Scott Springer album, which is released in Halo. This is a solo album. And I think what happens is that the guitar player left the band, and he, with the drummer of Halo, and another guitar player and bass player put up this album. Actually, he plays bass, but I think another guitar player put up this album. So there you have it, Scott Springer, Hello Forever. Originally came out in 1993. And the highlight songs on this one is Hello Forever is a good tune. The Victory. His Name is Jesus. Are the sort of highlight or the better tracks in this album. There you have it. Next up, so these are all good reissues of the Halo and Scott Springer albums. Next one is called Rock Power Praise Volume 1 The Hymns. This came out in 1990. And the Halo is also produced by John LaFonte, Dion LaFonte on Pacton Records. This is also now put out by Dion John LaFonte on Pacton Records, reissued by Gerder Music. And what they did a Dion John LaFonte coordinated the effort to put out the old hymns in a hard rock style. And you got tunes such as Mighty Fortress is Our God, done by Sarah Tennyson in vocals. We Need Jesus, which is sung by Scott Springer of Halo. Holy, 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 which is a Jimmy Rove Guardian. Nothing But the Blood, done by Michael Lee Barroncross, and so on and so forth. And We All Get to Heaven is also done by Michael Lee Barroncross. So yeah, it was a great hard rockin' tune, harken back to the old hymns done in the hard rock and metal format. There you have it. Next one we have is Rock Power Praise Volume 2, the Christmas hymns. And this originally came out in 1991. And the other one I showed was came out in 1990 originally. And this is also came out with the same tradition as the other album. And this has songs like Joy to the World, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, Little Drummer Boy, Front House the Child is Born, Oh Come Come Manuel, some great Christmas tunes like that. And as you may know, this Christmas season soon to be here. And this is a great song. This is a great album to crank around that time of year, especially. Next up, we have Mastodon 3, which is called, Mastodon 3, which is the band Mastodon, which is centered around the work of Dion Fonte, and also got guitar player Dave Amato from Arrow Speedwagon. Also plays guitar in this album. And Kerry Livgren also plays guitar, I believe, on some of the songs of this album as well, from Kansas. Great album, great prog rock, hard rock album. I mean, what can you say? It's the third album from the band Mastodon. There's great tunes such as Water to Wine, Questions About Time, Western World. That's the three of many good songs on this album. Mastodon 3. Put out by Girder Music, released in 2009 under Frontiers Records. There you have it. Great album. Next batch of albums is from the AOR hard rock album, bordering on metal. Here we have Arnold Cure, which is another Girder music reissue. And as you may know, this band was started up by, I believe, if not mistaken, Steve Shannon on lead vocals and bass, Mark Ambrose on guitar, and Pete Lumpkin on keyboards. So these guys start up this band, and Arnold Cure. This album's more AOR rock and pop. Of course, the lead-off single of this one is called Breakaway, which is more of a hard rock album. That one kind of reminds me of Kiss in terms of the style of guitar playing on this one. And you got songs in this one ranging from, say, pop or moderate rock to hard rock. Like, for example, there's a tune called Overdrive, which is a great in-your-face rock song. Come Back to Me is a great rock pop song. Great song. Come Alive is another great tune. Here we are. This is their Arnold Cure debut album, which came out in '86, reissued by Girder Records or Girder Music. Next up is Arnold Cure, Tough Love. This is more of a heavier album, more of a hard rocking album, which came out in 1988. Every song isn't good, but some highlights are Just Believe It, The Front Line, So Many Faces, One for the Money, Hell, Running, Draw the Line. Some great songs in this one. This one we have Arnold Cure Second Heavy, which came out in 1990. Another Girder reissue. More great tunes, more of the same kind of hard rock as the previous one. Pray, Human Solution, If You Mean It, That Are Live. There's a couple of great songs in this one. So Arnold Cure Second Heavy. The other one is Arnold Cure Inside Out, which came out in 1991, and more of the same type of hard rock on this one, again reissued on Girder Music. The last Arnold Cure one is Eclipse, which came out in 1994. This is the last one they came out with. Here's the back of it there, and more great tunes such as What's Your Point of View, Pour Out My Soul, Burning Gomorrah. Are a few of the great songs in this one. Arnold Cure Eclipse, which came out in 1994, reissued by Girder Records. And this is one band I've been listening to a lot of lately, a lot of their albums, and going through all their albums. So let's get right to it. This is a pioneering hard rock, bordering on metal band. So let's get right to it. Here is Jerusalem. This is 10 Years After, which is a compilation album of the first 10 years from 1978 to 1988, and highlights albums ranging from Volume 1, which came out in 78, to Dancing Ahead of Surfing came out in 1988, so that 10-year period. It features all those albums in between. There you have it, great compilation album. It also features a couple tracks off of one of the Ulf Christensen albums. One's called Practice What You Preach, which is a great tune, and Reach Out for the Stars. It was another great tune. Here we have Jerusalem Prophet, which originally came out in 2004. It's a follow-up to, 1994. Came out in 1994. It's a follow-up to Dancing Head the Surfer, which came out in 1988. And this one here is a bit more in a moderate rock direction versus hard rock that the previous albums were known for. And it's more of a got that U2 vibe versus the Scorpions Deep Purple vibe, the European sounding hard rock that they're known for previously. And there are some great tunes in this one. City on Fire is a great one. Risen, Soldier, and The Waiting Zone. If you go online, you can listen to these tunes. Great tunes. There you have it. Also been listening to Jerusalem Treaty, which is more of a 30 years of retrospect of Jerusalem. This originally came out in 2006, I believe. I believe the copyright says. And this pretty much is 30 years of Jerusalem. As you may know, Jerusalem was formed back in 75 or 76. And this was put in 2006, and makes it 30 years. It's a double album filled with music. Here's disc 1. And each album has around 15-16 songs, so it's a very long listen. And that's disc 2. And most of the songs were sung in the original language in Swedish. But there are also some English-speaking songs too. It has 3 unreleased tracks. At least unreleased at the time of this came out back in 2006. Which is Hey Listener. Hey Listener, which is in Swedish, which means Hey Listen. And Texan Fin Pa. I'm sorry. Coming Down is another unreleased track. And another one called Covered by Blood, which is a previous unreleased. Now that also appeared on the reissued version of Dancing on Heaven Surfer, redone by Retroactive Records back in 2018. But that was only other time that song appeared. But there's 3 unreleased tracks in this one. All the rest is from the other albums. Great to have in my collection. I don't mind listening to music sung in different languages, and I don't mind sometimes you pick up on little words from other languages. There you have it. Another great album is Jerusalem She, which came in 2010. And I'm not sure if it's a concept album, but there's the same thread is interwoven through each song. It's a hard rock album, and the basic premise of the album is the fact that the church, which is who she is in this for the most part is what this album portrays as she. The church is about the church and how it has to stay faithful to the husband, which is Christ. So, and also, and you know, Bible talks about that, and some of the church is influenced by the world, or we as a church, as individuals, or as a corporate church, tend to sway and be influenced by ways of the world and commit adultery and take our eyes off of Jesus. That's pretty much the whole point of this album, the central theme of this album. Great theme. And the lyrics, I mean, the music itself, there are some great songs, some are okay songs, but the lyrics really speaks to you in this album. I encourage you guys to go somewhere, pick up this album, and listen to it. You'll see what I mean. Another album is Dreamer, Full Metal Racket. And Dreamer is a band, when Daniel Band sort of waned down a bit in the late 80s, Dan McCabe of the Daniel Band formed this band Dreamer called Full Metal Racket. And this is mostly a hard rock metal album in the vein of Daniel Band, you see Triumph, Helix, that kind of vibe going through it. So it doesn't stray too far off from Daniel Band, but it's more melodic than Daniel Band. You know, Daniel Band are melodic, but a bit more melodic. If you want to go online, you can hear tracks from this album, Full Metal Racket. Unfortunately, it's the only album they put out, but I'm glad to have it in my collection. The next one is Toni Rossi, and Toni Rossi is a guitar player from Daniel Band. And this is called Love in the City. And now, if you're expecting hard rock and heavy metal of Daniel Band, This album is not hard rock and heavy metal. There are a couple of in-your-face hard rock tunes in this one, but it's mostly what I call moderate rock on this album, and a few, bordering on hard rock in this album. A few tunes in that direction. It's a pretty good album. Some songs are okay. Some songs are really good. Down Where the River Grows is a good track. I find the last half of the album better than the first half. The first half is a bit spotty, but the last half is better. If you ever get the opportunity to pick up this album, and I think it's a fairly rare album, as in a 1 full metal record, I encourage you to pick this up and get a copy for yourself. Next up, we have Toni Rossi again, the Toni Rossi Band, or TRB. And this is more in the vein of Daniel Band, Dreamer, Helix, Triumph, more in the vein of hard rock that he's known for with his work in Daniel Band. Some good tracks in this one. I went through it once. I might need a few more listens to get more used to it. But yeah, some great tunes in this one. Like Daniel Band and Jerusalem, we have a pioneering artist here in my collection. It's the only album I have from this artist. I wouldn't mind getting more. Here is Darryl Mansfield, live in Fleeville. And as you may know, with bands like Jerusalem and Res Band, they're very in your face. You need Jesus now, get saved, those kinds of lyrics. Well, Darryl Mansfield's like that too. He's blues-based rock and hard rock, very trenched in the blues. And this is live in Fleeville, concerted back in 1991. And there's 3 tracks off of Revelation. That was one of his hard rock albums, which is Always Running, Thunder and Lightning, and Bible Study. He also does a version of Stand By Me. And as you may know, that was a major hit on secular radio. He sung this in the lyrics originally intended for. It was originally a blues-based Christian song, sung in the blues, with "Stand By Me," but Jesus standing by you when in the trials of life. So it was originally sung with the lyrics it was originally intended to be sung in. So it's great that Darryl Mansfield does this. And by the way, Darryl Mansfield is probably one of the best harmonica players in the world. If you go online and listen to his music, you'll see what I mean. There you have it. Here we have a little known band that not too many people know about. Here's Stryper, Even Devil Believes. Now this album really came out about a year ago, back in September of 2020. And I've heard all the songs of the album. I have it in my car. I have it, most of the songs are on my cell phone that you're watching the video on right now. I've heard these songs, but I like going through the album at least once with the lyrics. That's what I like to do. And this is a great album. This is one of the better albums Stryper's ever put up in their history. As you know, the last 4 albums, you've heard me say this before, the last 4 albums they put out since 2013 are probably the better albums in their history. It harkens back to the classic Petra. I have this on vinyl as well. It's a great album. I think one of my favorite songs is Make Love Great Again, and maybe Let Him In. They're probably my favorite songs, and Blood From Above. Blood From Above is an excellent song. It took a while for it to grow on me, but not long. But it's an excellent song, Blood From Above. Like I said, great album. Even Devil Believes, Stryper came out last year. I mean, I'm looking forward to the next project they have coming out. I think they're working on a couple of things right now. I'm really looking forward to it. So there you have it, Stryper, Even Devil Believes, a 2020 release. Anyway, folks, that's my What's Spinning episode. It's a massive one. It's long. It's shooting up 20 minutes. And I'm going to cut this off right now. Anyway, keep rocking, stay metal, and say your prayers. All the best. Bye now.